Hello, hello, hello! I am Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more Final Fantasy XIV. We had a tragedy. We lost our good boy, Oshifant, but life goes on. I know I said last week that I was gonna do more side quests and stuff, but, I didn't actually do any leveling on my own, so... I meant to sell all this garbage in my food. So we will just continue with the main story quest and continue our side questing maybe next week, I think. You ready to go, Q? Yeah. Okay. Alphino is lost in thought. We must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Night. Let us go and speak with Sir Emmerich, Cully. I worry for his well-being. Where is Emmerich in the Forgotten Night? He is, at his office. Congression of her Knights Most Holy or some shit like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, Most Heavenly. An audience with the Lord Commander? Yes, of course. Oh, you don't actually usually get to walk around in his office. It usually cuts right to cutscene. I wanna look at his stuff. These look like special walls. What is your office? I want this carpet. I think you can get his desk. You definitely can't get this. Sir Emmerich. Curse those bloody horse sons and piss on their swiveling round table. Hell yes, Dinian.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The Founding. The Scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreysvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thordan's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him. Thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I've given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heaven's Ward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horschiffon was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heaven's Ward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable!
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heaven's Ward and stop my father before it is too late.
Mistress Yana and Master Elfino, I, Emric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled in the lies he perpetrated. No more. Life or death, I will have Sir Zephyr's heart for what he did to Horschiffon. Yes, of course, you two were close, I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heaven's Ward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Akali and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in this pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force of stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Dravinian hostilities. Far from it. We will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emric. To my dying breath I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Akali, Master Elvino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Akali. I believe we have much to discuss. Where could they be headed, and what does Oz's law have to do with it? Lucia appears to have something to say. The Soleil was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the off chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Lenonette informed me that it had been sighted by her scouts. Then the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds? Or was, not long ago. The airship has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches of the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu Vanu and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Lenarte has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the beastman's wrath. I think we both know the perfect candidate, Akali. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland, the Sky Steel manufacturer. I see. Then I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. To the Sky Steel manufacturer. Is there a salesperson that I can use in here? Ah, the dastardly Jiro. What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. He was a good man. Sin, have you ever heard of Oz's Law? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably some sort of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. From what he told Akali, the Asians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius with the ultimate weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I can see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. It's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckon I was due to deliver you into it. Elfino must see to one last thing before he departs. Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Tataru of our plans. Pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. The airship landing is the astrologian place. I heard about your man, Orshifon. I'm sorry for your loss, Akali. Good to see you again, Akali. It's a pleasure to have you aboard the Enterprise again. The boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight, and I'm pleased to say that we are ready to depart. That is, as soon as a certain, Pray forgive my lateness. Tataru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing scions, but she assures me that Urianger and Rayola are pursuing promising leads. Come. We can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. The others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Akali. Shall we get going? Wait. Yes.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
We'll keep Enterprise here for now, but if you need to head back to Ishgard, you can use that standard sigil for an airship. Don't worry, we chartered the route safe enough for others to fly, unless that primal shows up. What are the odds of that, eh? From here, Camp Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard, Akali. The Vanu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. Oh, big sledge. The Enterprise is ready to fly at a moment's notice. Just come running if you run afoul of something you can't handle. We'll stay in touch with your Temple Knight friend. Don't you worry. Alphino has in mind to start searching the blue window. Assuming the Solil is here, I doubt she will come to us. We should begin searching the Isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for Vanu scouts as well. I would rather avoid needless bloodshed. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yes.
Oh, I just got onto my chicken.
That was your mistake. Look at me slurping up this good windy stuff. God, look at them. So many isles. So many places to hide. No, we must not lose hope. He is out there, Kali, and we will find him. Get off my thing. Get off my thing.
Also trying to get the thing.
You can't do it on a chicken anyway. Is Azizla your favorite? I find it a hive of scum and villainy that I cannot look around. Like, I can't maneuver in any sensible fashion. You search the skies for Solil, but see nothing resembling the missing airship.
I have to talk to Alphino first?
You have to do /lookout.
Oh, I see.
Oh shoot, we're in a group together. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, it's very unique to look at, but it's like obnoxious to get around in. There's the one aetheryte all the way at the beginning of the zone. I felt when I was grinding the memories for my relic weapon, I just felt nothing. I felt nothing. I just just going from fate to fate. Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Begs mercy of netherlings, does not fight, does not wish to die. Was that a Vanu being attacked? But by whom? Oh. Over there. Imperial troops? You know what we needed, Q? We needed Garleans on top of everything else that's happening right now. We got Asians, we got religious popes, we got heretics, we got these bird people, and now we need Garleans. Ishgardians, seize them! They'll know where the Archbishop is! Enemy of my enemy is my friend! The enemy of my enemy! Damn it! We have no choice! With me, Akali, protect the Vanu! Alphino stole my line. Sure is. And on top of everything, Orshifon is dead, so it's really just things just keep getting worse.
Protect me!
You didn't summon your carbuncle to begin this fight, Alphino? I can't count on you for anything.
Listen, he doesn't fight very often.
Well, he needs to get his shit together.
What the hell?
Oh, what the hell? The airship just pushed me. Stop it. Oh god, trees. Don't do it. And so we live to fight another day. Melvino, you thought I was gonna die to some basic ass Garleans. Netherlings save Lanu Vanu from certain death. Showers Netherlings with thanks like summer squall. Lanu Vanu knows not what wind bear Netherlings to Cloudsea, but warmly welcomes them. Shows gratitude where gratitude is due. Lanu Vanu would like very much for you to enjoy the hospitality of his village. Vanu are very good. Lanu Vanu owes much and more to Netherlings. As saviors, as heroes, Zundu welcomes you. To village we go, to north, come. Yeah, I've done ARR quite a few times over the but I have never, like, actually replayed Heaven's Ward, and it's very good. So the Garleans were searching for the airship and believed that the Vanu knew something of his whereabouts? Methods notwithstanding, they may have the right of it. I conclude that we should accept Lanu Vanu's offer of hospitality and visit his village. Oh, yes. Get out of my way. Don't touch! I need this! You bastards.
Can't believe you've done this.
My dot was on it. I did the math, and I was not gonna get another spell off. Trust me. I didn't have the.
I didn't know you
It
were
was
so
so.
good
It
at
didn't live
math.
another 3 seconds. I want to believe Lanu Vanu is sincere in his intentions. Nevertheless, keep your eyes open, Akali. Like breeze guides leaves to rest, come and lay down your burdens, netherlings. Lanu Vanu throws arms wide in greeting. Behold, Okzundu. A far warmer welcome than the one you received from the Vundu, I think. Ha! Vindu bluster and blow hither and yon, sound and fury like aimless gale. Huh? What unseen lightning begets this such thunderous report? There you are. Did you see it? It's that damn flying whale again. The Imperials are after it. Where? The white. There he goes. He's wounded. By the 12, did that beast just eat an island? Oh, insatiable white, oh devourer of worlds, why must you torment us? Bah! Lanu Vana wastes no more words on his unfathomable deeds. Come, netherlings, come and break words with the chief of Zundu.
I like that there's a little hat on the crystal.
It's got a couple hats.
Yeah.
It's gotta protect his little pointy bits. It's very, I like the feathers hanging from it and everything. It's very fancy. Oh, look at me on my, look at me on my Stormblood dog. With wisdom deep as nethers and eyes clear as cloudless blue, Sonu Vanu speak for Zundu. Hearken to his words. Netherlings deliver Lanu Vanu from claws of steel-shod fiends and prove nobility, he knows not why not to ignore Zephyr winds, and brings before you with all haste. Soft rains do soothe the heart, and sunshine to warm. Gratitude of Sanu, chief of Zundu, is boundless. We are honored to meet you, Chief Sanu. I am Elfino Leveilleur, and these are my companions, Akaliana and Sid Garland. We are come in search of an airship, a flying vessel of the Nethers, which we believe is somewhere in the sea, in the Cloud Sea. Ah, like black steel-shod contraption from which you sailed, Lanu Vanu. Alas, no. That ship belongs to the Garlean Empire, an old enemy of ours, though not the enemy we are looking for at present. The men we seek wear armor of purest white and are led by an older man in white robes. Wait, Lanu Vanu hear of all tell of these Netherlings? You do? Are you certain? As sun rises and falls and returns we are. Zundu scouts can testify to words of Lanu Vanu. Aye, aye, winds carry purpose of Netherlings to our ears as well. Netherlings seek key to Aziz La. Now we're getting somewhere. Tell us, Chief Sanu, what exactly is this Aziz La? Beware, Netherlings, for blackest clouds portend greatest danger. Look not into heart of tempest. There lies ancient birthplace of sin, home of forbidden secrets. To speak more of it is to call the wind. But the white devours isle where key is kept. Deep within bowels of mighty Bismarck it lies, beyond the reach of the foolhardy, and beyond ours. Rejoice not in his gluttony, Lanu Vanu, for as the stone gives way to water and wind, all yields to the white. This he knows, Chief Sanu. Madness of Vanu bodes ill for all Vanu. Damn, we have a lot of Heavensward left to be in the levels, the 57 levels. We have 2 zones that you haven't even seen yet.
Oh my.
Elfino has that familiar look in his eye, which can only mean one thing. So Aziz La is home to forbidden secrets, accessible only to the bearer of a key, which the Archbishop covets. Much as I would like to believe it's safe within the belly of Bismarck, the Knights of the Heavensward wield primal powers. If we do not slay the whale and claim the key first, they surely will. Quite how we will go about this is another matter. As was the case in our battle with Leviathan, we are out of our element, and this time we have far fewer allies to call upon. But be that as it may, our customary approach still holds true. We must begin by learning more about the White. Let us each question the residents of this village and regroup to share our findings anon. If Netherlings seek knowledge of the White, then speak with Kunuvali, foremost keeper of tales. But neglect not to present self with humility and respect, as sun yields to moon and moon to sun. Netherlings must greet Kunuvali with a bow. Then the quantity of crystals needed to sustain Bismarck would exceed that consumed by Leviathan. Zephyr winds at your back and sunshine to warm your brow, traveler from below. Kanu Valley, keeper of tales, hears your words and she remembers. In times long ago, and lands elsewhere, before even the cloud sea, the White is one among many. Newborn, he swims beside his many brothers in sea of endless water. but hated the white is, for his brothers are purest black. So great is their contempt, their loathing, that they turn upon him and rend his flesh asunder. And so he falls, only to rise again, for merciful gods raise him to the heavens, and there he is reborn. The white still longs for the seed to which he cannot return, but in rebirth a splinter of the divine is shared, and so he opens his maw from whence came the clouds, and a new sea is born, home to him alone. Content, he gazes below and sees others who are as he, hated and hunted. He weeps, and in his benevolence he raises up the isles and earth and guides the people to the cloud sea. Such is the tale of his rebirth and the salvation of the Vanu. May it never be forgotten. This demon which menaces the cloud sea, his rage is that of the Vundu, his hunger that of a wild beast. The isles are his gift to us, yet now he must consume them? Kanuvali knows no tales like this. You just hear your jingle bells, your sleigh bells, ring-ting-tingling. Personally, I've seen enough of that flying feathered whale already. So according to the Vanu Vanu, the Sea of Clouds and the Floating Isles were gifts from Bismarck to his people? Gifts which he has taken to eating, yes? Technically within his rights, I suppose, if perhaps a little ungenerous. Gods, eh? What of you, Elfino? Did you learn aught of value? Alas, no. That is, unless you have an interest in the intricacies of Vanu sky fishing. Sky fishing? My God, that's it! Elfino, my boy, I could kiss you. From what we have observed, Bismarck is a creature of pure instinct, driven primarily by hunger. When wounded by the Imperials, it fed, but not before devouring another island to restore its strength. What I propose is this. We tow a suitably appetizing island through the Sea of Clouds in essence of fishing for our flying whale. Once we draw Bismarck out of hiding, we shall use dragon killers to fire grapples at the beast's hide and then reel it in close, enabling our resident Icon Slayer to engage it directly. A bold plan, Master Garland, but an exceedingly dangerous one. Should a collie fail to subdue the creature, she would most certainly be eaten, along with the rest of your appetizing island. Oh, she won't fail. And if anything does go wrong, I'll be at the helm of the Enterprise, ready to tow her out of trouble. I wouldn't entrust a task like this to anyone else. Nor I. I trust you have no objections to my joining you as well. Not at all. The more the merrier. Right then. Seems the boys and I have a lot of work to do if the Enterprise is ready to be ready for our fishing trip. While you two need to find me some bait, and not just any island, mind. I want a mouthful at most. Elfino loves it when a plan comes together. Well, you heard Sid. We need an island to bait the hook. By way of a first step, I propose we speak with Chief Sanu. If the Zandu are as concerned by Bismarck's behavior as they have given us to believe, they may well be supportive of our efforts to slay him. I done did it. Sarah was too proud to admit she had gone the wrong way. We can but ask. The Tantramain is upon us. The white feasts and the Vundu rejoice in his carnage. Hear me, Chief Sunu. The creature which torments you now is not the deity who raised up the floating isles and made a gift of them to you. He is a perversion of your beliefs, given form by the Vundu, a false savior who consumes that which he should rightly safeguard. Yet it need not be this way, Chief Sunu. We have the power to strike down this impostor, but we must beg of you an island to see it done. Moats against the tempest, in vain do they struggle. Yet who is Sono to speak of what may be? Perhaps even the Tentramind can turn to Pontaine very well, Netherlings. When you are ready, tell Zundu scouts what manner of island you require, and they will guide you to it. We shall not fail, Chief Sonu. On that you have my word. Come, Akali, let us see how Sid's preparations are progressing. Oh, God. I bet I can still beat you there.
Gasp.
What?
I said, oh, gasp.
Which is faster, horse or chocobo? That was a holiday
Well, on my
quest.
screen, we're neck and neck, but on stream, we are not.
No, you're not. Oh no, wind! I gotta get it! Oh, I thought you would take your advantage.
Oh, I gotta get the win.
I know. I slurp it right up. Are you in combat?
Technically.
I haven't actually walked in the Sea of Clouds in forever. Oh, no more wind. I feel like I have to have most of them at this point. That would be incorrect. My, that hardly took any time at all. The Ironworks engineers do not disappoint. Are we really going sky fishing for a primal? Yes. Our Ishgardian friends have furnished us with dragon killers and ammunition, and I've taken the liberty of procuring a Magitech field generator as well. Rest assured, we've changed to spare, every link forged by the manufacturer's master craftsmen. If you have any lingering doubts as to their strength, know that they were originally intended to bind dragons and were not found wanting. It pleases me to inform you that the Vanu Vanu have agreed to furnish us with an island of our choosing. Then all that remains is to confirm the readiness of the poor buggers who will actually be doing the fighting. Akali, let Wedge know when your party is assembled. Probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't like this plan. I don't like it one bit. But I can't help being excited all the same. So you tell me, Akali, are you ready to hunt the white whale? Yee. After you then, Akali, all aboard!
Boy.
Are you excited?
Oh boy.
Yeah, you are. So the only thing that, the most important thing that you have to do as a tank, there will be a blue snake and a green snake that spawn. They have to be separated. So you'll have to take one, and the tanks probably won't communicate with one another. So, sort of pick a side right at the beginning, right or left, and just make sure you grab that snake, okay?
Aye, aye, Captain.
And yeah, and you just pull it all the way to the other edge of the island. And dodge tornadoes and AoEs.
That DPS isn't gonna make it.
This fight will be fine. You can fall off the edge, and I cannot res you if that happens. Don't fall off the island.
Okay.
Oh. This, I have a story about doing this on EX. Farming for the bird. It's not a good story.
Thanks, Dan. Oh, this is a very small map.
Yes. And the island that we are on has a health bar.
Oh, I love it.
So grab these guys. Stay out of the blue puddles.
I'm not stagging anything. There we go.
So what happens is you're supposed to use the field generator for that. And then you have to use these cannons to shoot the whale. And he will slowly, don't go yet, will come to the thing and then we can walk on it.
Oh.
And you will tag his little spines. He will knock us off when he wants us off. In EX, you have to get off or you will fall off.
Oh.
But we're fine in normal.
Oh, so you have to like watch his health bar and then.
Yeah, okay.
Get off.
So, I think you're getting blue, it looks like. No, the other tank has green. So you're gonna get blue.
Come in here.
Alright, and come over here. This way, you have to bring him as... yeah. There you go. Good job. Yeah, watch out for those. I know they're hard to see.
Got the blue puddle that I'm standing in.
Uh-oh. Okay. Stay in the middle for you. Okay, more ads. Grab them. Show for ads. If you get hit by a line, I do believe you will get knocked back, but it's just not super far. Bring your ad towards the other two for AoE purposes, if you can. Yeah. Don't destroy the bubbles. Alright, stay away from everybody.
I'll stay away from everybody.
Yep. No, don't destroy the bubbles! Cool. Yeah, definitely stay away from everybody now. Yep. The bubbles conduct the electricity. It's normal anyway. It's different in Savage, which I think is why they get dinged. Alright, get that. Also, you have to be on the whale to do damage, so those two over there are not helping. More heads. Our island's gonna die. People destroyed the bubbles again, so stay away from everybody. Just in case. Oh, didn't happen. We did win. Do you want to hear my whale of a tale with this on EA?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were formatting it because at the time you could format it. Allegedly. You should have had more people, but you could technically format it. I had 2 tanks, I was a summoner, and I had an astrologian. They're, most of the mechanics are the same, they're just a little bit more difficult. But one of the biggest thing was to get, you could be on the whale, but then you had to get yourself off the whale, because if you were still on the whale, you would get thrown off the edge and you could not be rezzed if you died. If you fell off the edge and died, you could not be rezzed. Which will stop happening eventually, but it still happens in Heavensward. So this astrologian would not get on the whale to do damage. There's only 4 of us. So, and we kept telling them, they're like, dude, you have to get on this whale, because you're not doing any damage to him. And he just wouldn't get on him. And then, only 1 tank and only I were getting the turrets. Eventually, 2 people have beefed it. And this tank won't get the other turret. So I have to get the turret, and I have to sprint. I sprint all the way over and get the other turret. As we're getting onto the whale, he misses completely and just falls off the edge. So now it's just me. I do, I managed to, I do some damage to the whale. If I can get it, if I can go one more time, I won't beef it. But I'm just a summoner, and my bones are made out of glass. And so the ads come, and I don't burn them in time, and I die. And do you know what that warrior said to me? Do you know what that warrior said to me? I should have switched to Titan stand. I should have switched to Titan. And I was like, sir? We were past that. How about you get on the actual whale and maybe use a turret? Like, I was so mad. I got my bird dropped in the next couple of runs and I fucking left. I just did not stay. Oh, I was so mad. This was when summons took 5 sec. Like I think they took 5 seconds to summon. Like they weren't instant like they are now. They took time. I didn't have time to think about. Maybe I should summon Titan and hope that he can get the aggro before I get obliterated. Wasn't gonna help.
Warrior light, beloved.
She does talk to you in Heaven's Ward.
O maiden,
Well, technically.
darkness, light to none. Hark. Receive a blessing, small.
So falls the Lord of Mists, as did all others before him.
I love her.
How many times does this make, Warrior of Light? Ah, how much you have grown. Far beyond the limits of mere mortals.
She has what we seek.
That she does. The key to Azizla and the secrets of Alag.
I dare you to take this from me, old man. Oh shit. Alright, fair enough.
I see you have regained the blessing of light, albeit at a fraction of its former strength.
I forgot too. I was like, how's this old man? How's this decrepit old man gonna take this from my strong hands? Oh, I see. Make his bottle bend over and pick it up.
My thanks to you, Ascian. And to you as well, Warrior of Light, for saving us the effort of slaying Bismarck.
No problem. That's what I do.
Now that the key is within our grasp, the path to the heavens shall at last be laid bare. By our deeds shall the wrongs of antiquity be righted, and man reclaim the reins of history.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. That's Alagon technology, baby. It's the absolute worst to traverse. It's absolute dog shit. Forgive me, Akali. Had I known what was happening, mayhap I could have done something to stop them. Alas, Wedge and I were sealed within the engine room and heard naught of the struggle until it was over. And now, for all our efforts, the Archbishop holds the very thing we sought to keep from him. But all is not lost, for we yet live, and we know their destination. Let us give chase and bring an end to their machinations. Okay, I am in dire need of a drink, because that was the one thing I forgot to grab, so it'll be 2 seconds. Oh, we've lost Koji to Apex too. How do I save my friends from this Apex game?
At least it's not Fortnite.
It's true. I have taken a sippy, thank you. I know you're eager to get after the Heaven Sword, but considering what we just put the old girl through, I'd say she's due for a little tender, loving care. Now, where did I put my hammer? As you'd expect, they flew off in the direction that beam was pointing. Bastards. The force generated by the beam was enough to displace the ship, and after comparing the data recorded by our foe and after gyroscopes, to cut a long story short, I think I've almost determined its heading. Ugh. Elvino seems determined to put all thoughts of failure aside and turn his mind to the struggles ahead. Though we failed to secure the key, we must not forget that we succeeded in ridding the realm of another primal and prevented Vanu Vanu's lands from being consumed in doing so. The Sindhu, at least, shall be glad of our deeds this day. Let us go inform Chief Sanu of our victory. Sid and the others will need a moment to tend to the Enterprise besides.
Wait, something is amiss. Imperial troops. And they have already secured the area.
Reveal yourselves at once!
I love this man crying. It's hard to explain right now, but I love this dude.
And there I was, expecting more beastmen. Who are you?
I thought Ishgardians responsible for the disappearance of our scouts, but I see now that I was mistaken. Just as Wire observed, the Warrior of Light is wont to appear at the most inopportune times.
The Warrior of Light? She who bested Van Baelsar?
It would seem that the famous hero of Eorzea seeks Azizlar as well. hardly unexpected. The secrets of the Allagan's power to bind icons to their will could scarcely fail to interest the scions of the Seventh Dawn. You know as well as we what will ensue should these insatiable creatures be allowed to roam free. That their very existence threatens the life of this star. We but disagree on the solution to the problem.
Genocide has ever been the Empire's favored recourse. And that is why we will continue to oppose your every attempt to claim Eorzea.
You do not hesitate to speak your mind, even when your every word could be your last. Alas, your sentiments betray the narrowness of your view. The fate of Eorzea and its inhabitants is of little concern next to the fate of the world. Tis my solemn charge as Emperor to bring the icons to heel. If this requires the extermination of certain elements, then so be it.
No, don't! They are not his thralls!
Where did that come from?
Take cover!
Your Radiance, we must withdraw.
We shall meet again, Warrior of Light. On that you have my word.
So Garlemald too has designs on Azisla. But why would the Emperor himself elect to lead the expedition?
The armor? I had it sent here as a precautionary measure. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would stand less than 20 paces from the Emperor of Garlemald, Varisol's Kelvis in the flesh. I assume the commander that accompanied him must be the legatus of whom the Centaurian spoke. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for idle speculation. Pray return to the Enterprise at once. It occurs to me that our friends may have run afoul of Imperial forces as well. I have yet to apprise Chief Sonu of all that has occurred, but once I have, we will rejoin you at the airship. Do you want to ride?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. Yeah.
We gotta slurp it up. Get in the whale.
Yes. Oh my god, there's so many seats.
Yeah, I know. We're top whale now. We saw a fire on the village. Are you alright, Akali? Bugger me, did you see the size of that Imperial battleship? Thank the 12 you're alive, Akali. When that battleship appeared and fired on the village, we feared the game was up for you and Elfino. What in the seven hells happened out there? First the Archbishop turns up with an assy in tow, and now the goddamn Emperor pays us a visit. What is this, a procession of notable bastards? Who's next, the keeper of the seventh bloody gate? No one so notable, Master Garland. I'm happy to report that the Zundu were overjoyed to learn of Bismarck's demise. Chief Stono sends his warmest regards, Akali. There was much talk of westerly winds. Miraculously, none suffered lasting harm during the raid. It would seem the Zundu were taken entirely unawares and wisely chose to offer no resistance. I sense they had no more to fear the Emperor for the present, at least. Had the Emperor truly been intent on their extermination, Oak Zundu would already have been leveled. Plainly, Varys is only interested in reaching Azizla. Speaking of which, if we're all ready to continue the chase, the Enterprise is as well, shall we? Well, what are we waiting for? Judging from Sid's expression, he has news which he believes will please you. Lest you wonder, Wedge was able to calculate the heading and indicated by the beam of light emitted by the key. If Azizla lies in that direction, we'll find it. The Solo may have let us have a lead on us, but she's no Enterprise. We'll catch them, you'll see.
I did not think that I would ever have occasion to pilot a suit of Magitech armor again, least of all under these circumstances. My full name is Lucia Go Junius, and I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Livia? Livia Sasjunius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
Do you remember her, Q? She was the white armored,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're, I figured you didn't remember the white Magitech armor, but they have matching ones. Livia and Lucia.
Yeah, I remember the Magitech armor.
She was my sister.
Garlean
We
names,
spent little
I
time
don't
together.
remember.
After our parents were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting us on separate paths.
Oh, you're right. I'm a little out of sync. Oh, Casa, move. There she goes. Thank you, Sprightly.
Livia felt at home on the battlefield and chose to become a soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Now everyone knows I don't have any legs.
Then, Ishgard was...
My mission. It was believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the key we but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emmerich. 'Twas his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons. He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it. In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emmerich, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emmerich. It is your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing.
Chief, we should be getting close.
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing. Right where Aziz's Lair should be.
Hold on, everyone! Look! I think that's it! Chief, is that... Allegan. Aye. There's no mistaking their handiwork.
What was that?
Some sort of barrier.
She won't hold, Chief! She's breaking up!
I've lost the auxiliary propeller!
Sid, it's no use! We must return to Ishgard and find another way!
God damn it all! Why do the Allegans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
What could be out there that would warrant personal attention of the Emperor himself? I wonder, does she have a name? God, thinking about all the repairs we'll have to make is giving me a bleeding headache. Sid's piloting under pressure was a marvel to behold, and may I never have the opportunity to do so again. And we'd barely finished repairing the damage incurred during our sky fishing trip. On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, as they say. I can only presume the Soleil passed through the barrier unscathed. That would explain why the Vanu called it a key. No, I don't want to talk to you. Get out of my way, Biggs. Alphino appears to be relieved to be standing on solid ground once more. Assuming Sid is correct, and I have no reason to think he is not, the Vanu's key is required to pass through the barrier protecting Aziz's Law. I have no idea what character you're talking about. Mad-Eye Moody? But even without it, we must find a way to reach the Isle. I shall have everyone convene at the seat of the Lord Commander that we might discuss how best to proceed. As before, make yourself known to the guardsman when you arrive, and he will show you in. Come along, rabbit. Derogatory. Oh my. The Forgotten Knight, if you don't remember. Yee. As you are returned, Sir Emmerich and the others await you within. If the Emperor has an interest in Aziz's Law, we have all the more reason to hurry. I would not see its secrets fall in the hands of either the Archbishop or the Emperor. I swear, whatever there's an Alagon ruin, there's just trouble waiting to happen. I suppose that's why they erected such a damnably convoluted defenses around everything. Oh, hello, Father. Welcome back, my friend, and pray forgive my earlier display. I grieve for my son still, and shall continue to do so, but I have resolved to be strong, and is what he would have wished. Man, you don't have to apologize for being sad that your son died. Just be sad. Though we know little and less of Aziz's Law, one thing is plain, the Archbishop and the Garleans cannot be allowed to avail themselves of its secrets.
In summary, the Isle owes its lofty position to the industry of the Alagons. And we can be all but certain that the Archbishop and his cronies are enjoying the view from its top.
I see.
If we are to join them, we will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate. As far as I can gather, the barrier mechanism draws ether from the surrounding environment and polarizes its elemental aspect to produce what is, in effect, a wall of lightning.
It seems plain that without the Vanu's key, any attempt to reach the Isle will end in failure.
Alas, the key was careless enough to leave without us, and I don't think the Vanu keep a spare.
Master Garland, based on your experience, is there no other way that we might breach the barrier?
Well, in the past, we've beaten similar barriers by nullifying them with elemental converters. But the one we're up against this time dwarfs aught we've encountered before. The Enterprise simply isn't large enough to bear the requisite amount of crystals.
I'm reminded of the quantity needed to nullify Leviathan's command of the sea. A veritable mountain of crystals that could only be borne by lashing two galleons together to form a twin vessel, scarcely able to propel itself, much less fly.
That said, we're not without options. If it isn't feasible to nullify the barrier, we might try piercing it.
How?
We create a ram of condensed ether and mount it on my ship. There's just one problem. I don't have the faintest idea how to build one. It's going to take a true authority in the field, I reckon.
Would that the Archons were still with us.
But yesterday evening, I chanced to find Mistress Tataru in unusually high spirits. Assuming I understood her excited ramblings correctly, she has acquired a clue, pointing to the whereabouts of one such individual.
An Archon? Truly?
Ha! Fortune favors the righteous, eh? Well then, let's not waste any time. While you go and look for our missing friend, I'll work on modifying the Enterprise. Her hull will need reinforcing to bear the punishment, not to mention a mount for the ram. Just you wait, my pretty. By the time I'm finished, you'll be an airship reborn.
Am I doing what tonight? I don't think I'm gonna get to the final Heaven's Ward dungeon or boss fight tonight. Tomorrow for sure, though. If that's what you're asking. So which one do you think it is? Who'd we find? Unless you're reading it.
I don't know.
She may not, she may not spend her days slaying primals, but Tataru is no less a scion than you or me, full oft her knack of acquiring information proven vital to our endeavors. You don't know? You don't even want to take a guess? Which scion did we find?
I have no idea who's good with lightning.
Well, no. Tataru has information of one of our missing archons. So that's Minfilia, Thancred, Y'shtola, Ida, and Papalimo. So, but she may have found one of them.
Y'shtola.
You think so?
That's just my guess.
Welcome back, Akali. How goes the mission? Did you manage to catch up with the Archbishop and his cronies? So you finally arrived at Azizla, only to find your way barred by some sort of barrier. Typical. But it's not all bad news. I've made progress in the search for our friends. Don't worry, Akali. We'll get to Azizla yet. Tataru is eager to share her progress in the search of the missing scions. When you fled the victory feast, you used the ancient watercourse beneath the city, right? Well, shortly after things went back to normal in Ulda, I asked Marshal Taropin to have the tunnels searched. A logical place to look. Is that not where you, it is there that you lost contact with Minfilia, Thancred, and Y'shtola, was it not? Dare I ask what the Marshal found? I don't actually know. Pippin's message just said that there had been a discovery, and that we were to come to the Hall of Flames at our earliest convenience. I dare not think what it might be. We shall depart at once. Tataru, let Urianger know to join us in Ulda. He will wish to be present as well. Yes, sir. Ulda. Oh wait, Miss Q.
Yes.
Where are you?
I thought we were gonna go to the Hall of Flames, but I went to the wrong place.
Oh! Well, get yourself to Ulda. I need to show you something.
I went to the Chamber of Rule instead, thinking that was the Hall of Flames.
Okay. You probably don't have very many yet, but you've got these little totems from doing dungeons. I think I used all of mine on Moon. Yeah, I've used all of mine. But you can get the Stormblood dogs. That's how I have one. They're the legendary Kamui Fife, Blissful, and Reveling. And I think you have until... God, I think you have a long time to do it, so... You can get yourself some dogs. I don't know how many you have though, but they're only 50.
0.
You have 0?
Yes.
Oh gosh. We'll get you some. Oh, Urianger. As thou art returned to us, wherefore might our comrades not be the same? Never shall I concede them lost till I have seen proof of their passing. We are grateful for your assistance, Marshal Tupan. You saved her grace and father both. 'Tis the least I could do to repay you. I struggled through that single sentence. I was like, shit. Oh, it felt like such a mangle of words in my mouth. Forgive me my impatience, Marcelo, but your missive mentioned a discovery. Yes, of course. As per your request, I had my men scour the waterways, and almost immediately we encountered a difficulty. An entire section of the tunnel had collapsed. With the Mineral Concern's cooperation, however, we were able to remove the rubble, which yielded the battered bodies of a dozen Crystal Braves. Go on. Be at ease, Master Alphino. Your friends were not among the deceased. That alone is cause for hope. And then there is this. Y'shtola's wand! I had assumed as much. If I may, Marshal. "'Tis as I did surmise. Judging by the etheric imprint that lingereth yet upon this wand, it hath assuredly been employed in the casting of a most uncommon magic. Namely, the very first that man did conceive to traverse the great distances, and the ancient precursor to all methods of travel that utilize the life stream, flow. The spell entaileth the reduction of the corporal form to its constitute aether, that the caster might enter the life stream and ride its currents thereby. Unlike the teleportation magics of modern time, it requireth not a lengthy incantation. That Y'shtola would choose to employ such a spell bespeaketh the need for haste. All of which would suggest she managed to escape. Would that it were so simple. Know that the scholars of Sharlayan forbade the use of the spell, and with good reason. The caster hath but limited control over his course. For every mage who came safe unto his destination, another would be set adrift in the life stream, never to emerge." What? No! No, you can't mean... Be not downcast, my friends, for there is yet hope. 'Tis like that Y'shtola's passage hath left traces in the life stream. Could we but follow these from the point at which the magic was invoked, we may yet find her. To the Silda excavation site, then. Our thanks for your aid, Marshal. Do not mention it. I shall pray for Lady Y'shtola's safe return. I don't mind it over much, but it is difficult to spit out. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh yes, we can fly!
Yeah, I saw you running.
I know.
Fly past you.
And I suddenly did a jump, and I was like, oh! If our friends weren't in the tunnel, that must mean they're somewhere else. Simply being here calls to mind the events of that fateful day. Evidence of Y'shtola's passage will have been made faint by time, but mayhap a few scant traces yet remain to guide our steps. was just a very silly display. The trail leadeth to the north and east, unto the bosom of the Twelves Wood. Are you certain? Aye, there is no mistake. Thither hath the Y'shtola journeyed. And yet the Gridanians have reported no sightings. We must take this to mean that she is still adrift. If it be so, I do fear for our friend. Contrary to its name, the Lifestream is more akin to a raging torrent. Linger overlong in the midst of the maelstrom, and the aether that formeth one's soul shall surely be scattered, never to be reformed. We have no time to waste, Hiryanche. Pray explore all possible options for reversing the effects of the forbidden magic. Akali, Tataru, we three shall press into Gridania and petition the Elder Seed Seer's aid. Well, I have a free teleport to Gridania, so you're on your own. Bye.
Can't believe.
I know, I've abandoned you. Hold on, Y'shtola, we're coming for you. It is said that the elementals perceive the Lifestream. If, as we suspect, Y'shtola is still adrift in its midst, they may be able to find her. But if we are to appeal to them for assistance, we must needs do so through their chosen, the Pagi. It is imperative, though, that we speak with Kani-sama without delay. Alphino is eager to petition the Elder Seed Seer's aid in rescuing Y'shtola. I have already requested an audience with the Elder Seed Seer. She will receive us at the Lotus Stand presently. We but need speak with the conjurer yonder to be admitted. But welcome, my friends, and speak freely. I gather your suit will admit no delay. It will not, my lady. Pray forgive the abrupt nature of our request, but it is a matter of life and death. I see. As you say, we must needs act swiftly if we are to free Y'shtola from the ungentle pull of the Lifestream. And as you have surmised, we cannot do this unaided. However...
In requesting the Elemental's assistance to find Y'shtola, you must needs be aware of one difficulty. A difficulty born of the fundamental difference between man and elemental.
That being?
In perceiving the world around him, man relies upon senses such as sight and sound. For the sake of convenience, he gives names to such things as are near or dear to him. Being formed of pure ether, however, such concepts are foreign to the elementals. Instead, they perceive by observing the ebb and flow of the energies of life. So profound a division cannot be bridged with simple discourse. The elementals' voices stir not the air, and thus reach not our ears, while our words are but wind to them. Though we seers can commune with them through feelings, naught that we can impart will serve to aid them in identifying Y'shtola. Nay, they must needs be presented with ether which is akin to hers. If you could but find a family member.
Oh! I know just the person! Y'shtola has a sister who came to live in Gridania. She told me about her once.
Oh, that is most fortunate indeed. Pray, seek this sister out then, and bring her to Evershade. There, we shall petition the Great One's aid in finding your lost companion.
That is more or less what we are doing. If we had completed if we had gotten through the Arcanist quests, we could have actually met this sister. But I did not, so that's my bad. I was not aware that Y'shtola had a family member here in Gridania. How very convenient. Forgive me, I have grown so accustomed to being laughed at by the fates, I cannot help but mistrust them when they smile on us. We must of course seek this woman out at once. If memory serves, Y'shtola's sister is named Ymitra. She's supposed to be a member of the Scions of St. Konik. Anyway, she spends most of her time around Acapulco Falls, from what I recall. Let's look for her there. And if we had done our summoner quests, I think Lancer's Guild will be the fastest way there. We would have special "Oh, she knows us" dialogue, but I have failed everyone. That's true. You bring a good point. You make good points. Yes, is there something you require? Lady Ymitra, it is an honor to meet you. My name is Elfino Levier, and this is Taru. So you are my sister's comrades in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. When I heard that your people were being pursued, I desperately sought a way to reach Y'shtola, but all mine efforts were to no avail. Now I know why. A forbidden spell of all things, that she could be so reckless. But what's done is done. I thank you for bringing word to me. Needless to say, I should be glad to help. Though we were born of different mothers, our veins course with the same father's blood. I hope that this will be enough for the elementals. Come, let us make for Evershade at once.
Let us begin. Raya O, Arun, if you would. Hearken to me, O great ones. Pray give yourselves to the life stream, a drifting soul to find.
Please, Y'shtola. Please come back to us.
Now!
It's just a little cat burrito.
A room has been readied at the roost. Pray, bear her thither at once.
Oh yeah, a burrito. My mistake.
All that remains is to pray, my friends.
Let us pray that Y'shtola awakens. Oh, Y'shtola. Just seeing her face again, I've been so worried. Tataru needs you to fetch a few items for a crafting endeavor. Y'shtola is resting within an inn room. Though she's still unconscious, the signs are positive. The conjurers say she's in sound health and should awaken before long. Isn't that wonderful? Now, while we wait for Y'shtola to wake up, I thought I'd take the opportunity to finish my little surprise for her. It's something I've been working on for a while now, in the hope that she'd one day return to us. It wants for just a couple more items before it's ready. I've already placed orders for these items. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me? One is with the Leatherworkers Guild, and the other is with the Conjurers Guild. Speak with Mistress Geva and Brother A. Sumiyan, and they ought to take care of you. Someone was playing the Lord of the Rings traveling music earlier in Gridania. It was very good. It was like the the Shire music is what it was. What is it? I'm a busy woman, so be quick about it. If you wish to place an order, speak with Randall. Huh? Here, retrieve an order. For Mistress Tataru, you say? You come at a good time. I finished it just moments ago. It was no small coop working on it to her specifications, but I did it nonetheless. Payment has already been settled. However did that girl come by chimerical hide anyway? You need either balls or steel or a bottomless coin purse, and it seemed to me she had neither. Damn. Well, she's not wrong. I wonder if she borrowed some from Daddy for Tomps. Oops. She put her little hand inside his wallet and just helped herself. Ugh. I keep accidentally talking to Midgar Stormer. Greetings, Akali. I trust you have been well? Is there aught you require of me? Ah, yes, Mistress Tataru's order. As requested, it has been sanctified in the sight of the elementals. I know not what she intends for the staff, but it is a most singular artifact. Even one possessed of my experience would struggle to wield it. Oh shit, it's Yak. Just gonna run by the Yak.
I didn't know.
Aren't you friends with Yak?
No.
What?
What?
Come along, Yak. I don't know what we're doing. I don't actually think we'll be doing any dungeons, but yeah, can come along and take free teleports. I want to go this way. Oh, Yak's Paladin's at level 70. The Seedseers are gracious soul. It gives me heart to know that they are our allies. Ah, you're back! You have the items, I hope? And that's... Oh, it's precisely as I requested. A perfect match for the other pieces. Truly, Keva is a master among masters. And the staff completes the surprise. Thank you so much, Akali. Hehe, I cannot wait for Y'shtola to see what Y'shtola thinks of the surprise. Lest you wonder, she's doing very well, and the conjurers have left her in her sister's care. Let's go and pay her a visit, shall we?
Y'shtola! I'm so glad you're back!
Tataru. You are safe. Thank the 12. Something has changed about you, Elphino. Or mayhap the change is with me. I seem to sense the ether around me more keenly than before.
I am pleased to see you well again. Do you feel strong enough to talk?
Worry not. I am well enough.
Tell us then, what befell you after you fled the feast? We were told that there had been a tunnel collapse.
That was my doing. I brought the tunnel down that you and Minfidia might escape. At the last moment, I invoked a teleportation magic, in hopes of spiriting Thancred away at least. Needless to say, it did not go quite as planned, and I found myself adrift in the life stream. The others? Where are they? Did they not escape?
They remain unaccounted for. You were the only one we have been able to find. I am truly sorry. It was the Crystal Braves who pursued you that day. My hubris that led to our undoing.
No apologies are necessary, Alpha No. You are not to blame for what occurred. Know that were our comrades here, they would commend you for keeping the light of hope alive.
Don't worry. The others are alive and well, I'm sure of it. We just need to find them.
Indeed, Tataru. Let us find our friends and rebuild the Scions.
Ha! There is the Alpha No I remember. And I feel much the better for his return. 'Tis time I arose.
That reminds me. I have a change of clothes for you. I don't like to boast, but I made them myself. I learned how to weave while we're in Ishgard, you see.
Leave, boy.
Tataru has apprised me of all that took place in the aftermath of the assassination plot. It would seem I have been away for some while.
Yes, much and more happened during your absence. At present, we seek to follow the Archbishop to Azisla.
And you want for some manner of etheric ram to pierce the floating isle's protective barrier?
We do. Might you be able to furnish us with one?
A means to prise open a hole in an Alagarn barrier. And one large enough to admit an airship, no less. Nay, I lack the knowledge to devise such a weapon.
Well, back
Thus
into
I
the
know
live
of
stream
one
you
who
go.
could. A leading figure in the field of etheric research, and one of the finest scholars ever to grace Sharlayan. Matoya, my former master.
Oh, Jesus. Y'shtola wishes to tell you more about her former master, Matoya. I meant to talk to the others, but I got the music and then the Yak's glow sticks spooked me. In my youth, I had the honor of studying under Matoya. In the field of etheric research, she was without rival. I have no doubt that her knowledge will be of aid to our cause. The question is, will she share it with us? My master has ever been willful. The gods forbid anyone disagrees with her. When the Garlean Empire first marched upon Eorzean some 15 years ago, the denizens of Sharlayan were summoned back to the motherland. However, Matoya refused to join the Exodius. To this day, she lives a hermit's life on the fringes of an abandoned city. So it is the Dravanian hinterlands that we must go, to the place of my birth. Though Elizai and I were born in Sharlayan, our days there were short. We remained only until the Exodius, and I have not returned since. Oh, so it is to be a homecoming then. A fine reason as any to go to Sharlayan, and it would afford us the opportunity to pay my master a visit. I believe you have mistaken our primary objective, Y'shtola. At any rate, the journey will take us through largely unknown territory. Let us first return to Ishgard and make our preparations. come along to the Cocoa. So this is the Holy See. I should like to linger a while and take in the sights, but it must wait till after our mission. We managed to find Y'shtola! Given time, I'm sure we'll be reunited with the others as well. Sharlayan is situated in the Dravanian hinterlands. To get there, we must strike west and traverse the breadth of the Dravanian forelands. Make no mistake, it will be a grueling journey. The party shall be comprised of Akali, Y'shtola, and myself. Tataru, pray remain in Ishgard and continue the search for our missing friends. Yes, sir! First, let us make for Tailfeather. There she goes. Do you trust that Lalafell, Carly?
Yes.
Do you trust Tataru?
Yeah.
You have no reason not to. Aw, but I read a Twitter post, and now I'm suspicious of her. What? They've apparently been tweaking her dialogue. They've gone back and tweaked some of her dialogue.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what any of it means, but I'm like, what's gonna happen? A long soak in the live stream, followed by a long journey. Nice Butterfingers, man. I would not recommend it to anyone. But rest assured, my strength is returning to me. I shall be back to my former self ere long.
Yes. Hello, Yak.
When last we set foot here, Estinian and Ysael were with us. Though it was not all that long ago, I find myself strangely taken by nostalgia. Oh, new weapons. Y'shtola is ready to press on westward to the Dravanian hinterlands. I believe I am sufficiently rested. Let us continue west to Sharlayan. Once we descend the mountain path, we will arrive at the Dravanian hinterlands. From there, it is but a short distance to the city. Be warned that we shall be passing through Nath territory. We must needs be wary of them, and dragons both. Get in. Oh, thank God.
Woo, we're flying!
A single chocobo. I actually don't know where we're going. Oh, I think all the way to the hinterlands. Yeah. This is so nice. I'm so glad we don't have to walk. I will jump out if I see an ether current, though. I don't care how high we are. But I don't see any.
To the Thalaic River, where to the melted snows of Abelathia's spine eventually find their way by means of 1,000 silver streams. Whose waters have long nourished the Dravanian hinterlands, and so provided for a settlement of learned souls from across the northern seas. To the city of Sharlayan, that great seat of knowledge now abandoned by her keepers, they came.
Oh, I highly doubt it's straight to Matoya's. Nothing would be so simple. Matoya dwells on the far side of the Thalag River. Let us search for a crossing. We're just going down over here. I gotta grab my aether currents. Oh no, we actually have to go quite far. That's okay. We'll grab aether currents as we go. Oh, that's right, because there's a big river that separates the whole island. There's not the whole land, so you can't actually... You have to go through the city and come out on the other side. I remember. It's broken. It's broken. It's broken. Oh, they're all the way over here. But 15 years abandoned, and already Charlene has fallen into such disarray. Verily a city is no more than its inhabitants. The bridge ahead has collapsed. I'm afraid we shan't be crossing there, but worry not. I know another way. You see the towering structure to the north? We should be able to cross there. Wind. Oh shit. I almost walked right by it.
I know.
Good eye.
Jesus.
Your chocobo is so yellow. I just can't get over it.
perfect in every way.
I know. Knowledge seeks no man. So the motto of Charlian engraved upon yonder stone. The meaning is simple. It falls to us to seek enlightenment. During the 6th Astral Era, at the turn of the 13th century, men from the northern nation of Charlian journeyed across the seas to Eorzea in search of knowledge. Upon arriving at these shores, they established a camp for their scholarly endeavors. Over time, the camp grew into a settlement, and the settlement prospered, and so much so that it came to be counted amongst Eorzea's great city-states. Alas, those glory days are now but a fading memory. With her keepers lost to her, Charlian has become an empty husk of her former self. Uplander is mistaken. Charlian has new keepers, is on cusp of new age of glory. Goblins? Here to plunder the city? Uplander is mistaken muchly. We are not thieves. This place is our home. Your home? When last I looked, it was mine and Alphino's. We were born here. Oh, these Uplanders abandoned city. Uplanders give up claim. Born here or no, Uplanders are trespassers. My friends, please, we did not come to dispute the claim of your claim to this land. Our purpose here is peaceful. We desire but to cross the river. Be calm, I beg of you, and let us speak like civilized folk that we are. Surely we can come to a mutual understanding. I like their wiggles. It's their best quality. Pshush, if that is the truth, then Uplanders are welcome here. Come with Slowfix. Slowfix will show Uplander settlement. Here is the heart of the settlement. Name of Idleshire. What have we got here, guests? Greetings to you. I am Alphino Levier, and may I introduce my companions, Akaliana and Y'shtola. We have journeyed far in search of a friend and seek to cross the river. But finding the main bridge collapse, you went looking for a detour and ended up stumbling into Slowfix and his crew, is that right? And that is the short of it, this place, Idleshire. I came expecting a ghost town. Suffice to say, I'm surprised to find it so alive. Well, with all them precious artifacts lying about, it was only a matter of time before treasure hunters like me moved in. But we weren't the first to arrive, neither. By then, Slowfix and his gobby friends were already settled. At first, Gobby and Hunters disliked each other, but understanding came, and then friendship. Now Gobbies and Hunters have joined hands to build a great new nation. So that is what happened after we Charlians departed. Ah, so you're locals. No hard feelings, I hope. All these nice buildings, but no one living in them, felt like a waste, you know? We've been trying to put this place to rights, but things been going well for the most part, but it ain't smooth sailing. Not to sound ungrateful, but the traps your people left lying about are a bloody nuisance, and there's the Illuminati, harrying us day and night. Krish, Slowfix has bright idea. Uplanders desire mutual understanding, yes? Best way to understanding is helping one another. Help citizens of Idleshire, and Uplanders can be citizens too. Citizens are free to cross river. Well, I'm not aware of a quicker way to reach our destination. Let us assist Slowfix and his people. I don't know if that axe is going to be better for you. I will need that eventually. Uh-oh. I'm level 60 quite early. Slowfix wants you to eliminate the golems that prowl Idleshire. So Uplanders agree to help? Good. Here's what Slowfix wants Uplanders to do. Many golems prowl Idleshire, get in the way of expansion plans. Slowfix wants Uplanders to eliminate golems. Uplanders are Charlian, yes? Charlian should know best way to deal with creatures. Sentinel golems. I dare say Y'shtola will know how to deal with them. No, let us do it, Yak. So we are to eliminate the golems. That should be simple enough affair. The automata were employed as sentinels, and by design can be unmade with a coded command. At the time of the Exodius, it was noughts and crosses. I see no reason why it should not still work. Let us divide the task between the three of us. The quicker to be finished with it. Oh. Well, I see. With a shudder, the golem crumbles to pieces. I'm pleased to report that my golems immediately crumbled at my command. Of all the luck, one of my golems was not receptive to the password and tried to pummel me bloody. Thankfully, I managed to dance clear of its fists and strike it down. Golems are no more? Wonderful. Now we can resume work to expand settlement. That eventually. Slowfix has the look of a goblin who is about to ask a favor. Uplanders helped Gobby Flock, earned right to be citizens of Idleshire, but Snowflux must ask another favor. Another favor, you say? Short time ago, dear friend of Slowfix ventured into Illuminati territory. Illuminati are nasty goblins, show no mercy, even towards Gobbykin. Slowfix fears for friend's life. Please find friend before Illuminati do. I am suddenly taken by a sense of foreboding. Be that as it may, we cannot turn a blind eye. Let us make haste and find Slowfix's friend. What's the problem, Carly Q?
I don't know where I'm going.
Did you do all the golems?
Yes.
Then you just you have to leave the city, out the way we came back, the way we came. We gotta go find the friend. Oh, I did not get my I did not get the aetherite crystal while I was up there. Whoopsie doopsie. I think I walked past it several times. Constantly lost and confused. Oh, I can't see where she is.
Thanks, Mom. Yak gave me a ride.
Oh. Goodly Uplander, long time no eye catch. What is bringing Uplander here? Does Uplander have lust eyes for junk of Brayflox? Uplander must not be touching junk of Brayflox. Brayflox is finding junk first. I knew I recognized that voice. Greetings, Brayflox. It has been a while. Forgive us for interrupting your work, but Captain Washicott gave me to understand that you are marked by the Illuminati. This happens to be Illuminati-held territory. Is it wise to be here? Pwcha! Brayflox eat Illuminati for sunsups. Who eats who for sunsups? Brayflox all talks. Unwise you are to come here after dirty talking secret knowings of cheese made from Illuminati. Brayflox did no unright. Cheese recipe is gobby birthright. Save tongue flaps for trading in death pit. Pray to Gobfathers for punishment is near times. I know. It appears we have no choice. I was keeping it together, and then you just started laughing.
Could never keep it together like that.
I have to say things serious. Oh, I was gonna go to the small bombs because of a mechanic and something completely different. And I had to stop and really think about what that would entail. Please target. Can I please not be tanking, actually?
Oh, Jesus.
Did you get hit by bombs?
Yeah, I didn't know how big the explosion was gonna be.
Large.
closer to me. Have at you.
Oh, I thought I died. Psh, Illuminati no match for furious gobfits of Bryflox. More junk is awaiting Braveflox muchly. Braveflox is taking leave of Uplanders. So that was the famous Braveflox. I have a newfound respect for the company of heroes. That a motley crew such as theirs could achieve the feats they did speaks of unwavering solidarity. Being embroiled in a cheese war was the last thing I expected coming to Charlotte. At any rate, we have fulfilled Slowfix's request. Let us return with good tidings and be on our way. I leave. Oh, wait. I don't want to ride the whale. The whale feels so slow. Did you grab the Aetherite at Idleshire?
Did.
You're so smart.
Well, I saw you do it, so I knew it was there.
I didn't do it though.
Oh, I thought you meant like the wind current.
Oh no.
But yes, I did grab the Aetherite.
No, my comment still stands. Yeah, it's right there. I walked by it a bunch of times. I do that before anything else happens. I had known that Y'shtola was capable, but to invoke such potent magic so effortlessly, I must needs redouble my efforts if I am to approach her level of mastery. One does not simply drift in the life stream. It is a constant struggle to hold on to your very essence. The experience has hardened me in ways I can ill explain. Uplanders are back! Did Uplanders find friend of Slowfix? Time has not cured recklessness of Braveflox. Without help from Uplanders, Braveflox would now be dead gobby. Slowfix owes Uplanders debt of gratitude. Slowfix and Braveflox are joined by unseverable gobby bond. If Slowfix had known that Uplanders are friends of Braveflox, Slowfix would have welcomed Uplanders to Gobbyflock at first meeting. grateful Slowfix is ready to grant you your heart's desire. Finally, something better. I'm gonna need to put on this regardless, I think. Uplanders have upheld bargain most highly. As promised, Slowfix makes Uplanders honored citizens of Idleshire free to cross river at will. Though Uplanders must leave for now, Slowfix hope that Uplanders will pay many visits and help build great new nation. You are most kind, my friend. You may be certain that we will return. I must confess, at first it upset me to learn my home had been occupied by others, but I see now that it is in good hands. Under your care, I look forward to seeing Sharlayan thrive once more, to become a home to people of all races and creeds. Slowfix has already ordered the Gobwatch to let Uplanders through. Safe travels! Elvino, Akali, shall we then? So, Miss Q. This whole city was like Mordona at one time, that it didn't look, when you first came here, it didn't look this way. And over the patches, it sort of grew and became nice. But, so we're in the finished version. That's why they're like, help us make it look nice. But over every patch, it got prettier and prettier.
That's cool.
Yeah, just like Mordona was the same way. Yak, your mounts are always in my way. So we are free to go where exactly? I shall be very cross if we are asked to clear this mountain of rubble. By order of Chief Snowflakes, Uplanders can come and go at will. One moment for clearing away barricade. Finally, we can continue our journey. I know. I'm gonna walk on my own for the most part. Bearing any misadventure, we shall soon arrive at the cave where Matoya resides. Unless you have unfinished business in Idleshire, let us strike out at once. I'm ready whenever you are. Let us go and meet this legendary Matoya. It's just more control over the... Whoa. Ahead lies the answering quarter, where the scholars of Sharlayan gathered to hone their knowledge. Even from this distance, 'tis plain that much of it has been given back to the wilderness. Please. Oh, I've had way better clothes this whole time. No, wait, no, I haven't. Yes, I have? I have. Oh, I sort of remember wearing this at the end of last stream. Oh, my Pope hat. How could I forget? Y'shtola is ready to lead you to Matoya's cave. The cave in which Matoya resides is situated on the southern edge of the hinterlands. In choosing the spot, my master desired privacy above all else. As such, the cave is extremely well hidden. You will not find it unless you know where to look for it. We shall follow the road south until we reach a bridge. Rather than cross it, however, we shall ford the stream it spans, thence head straight until we arrive at the base of a bluff. Nope, let me control the party. Yak, stop. We're gonna have to kill some of this stuff. We have to go through the river. I'm gonna aggro a whole bunch of shit. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, where we need it to be is right here anyway. All kinds of herbs grow here, and they appear to be very well tended. This is the entrance. You seem unconvinced, Macaulay. Well, that will only add to the surprise. A word of warning before we proceed. Stubborn geniuses make poor hosts, and time will have done naught to improve my master's temperament. Doubt not that there will be sentinels and traps both to deter unwanted guests, but we will not be deterred, will we? Go on and touch the wall yonder. You will want to have your weapon near at hand. Those sentinels may suffice to discourage the average trespasser, but not the warrior of light. The way should be clear now. Come and let us go see my master.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
Though we neglected to knock, we did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see. And still not a hint of grace. Some things never change.
To give credit where credit is due, I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
Indeed it has. Oh, it's good to see you again, my girl. And with your fiery spirit unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly. The one there in the fancy duds, that's Louis Soir's granddaughter, I take it?
Oof.
Grandson, begging your pardons. You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Knew him? Ha! We were constantly at each other's throats. Like rabid dogs we were. Oh, he was a stubborn bugger, was your grandfather. Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me? Azizla. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
You are familiar with it?
As familiar as one can get from poring over musty old tomes. The Allagans set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too, frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Azizla aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-baiting primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
Indeed. And to make matters worse, the Ascians have a hand in their plot. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I see. Very well.
You will help us then? Truly? I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
Ah, some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Being here calls to mind my days studying under Matoya. Though she was the strictest and most irascible of mentors, she led by example and inspired one to greater heights. Were it not for her sage guidance, I should not be the woman I am today. Do you see the tomes lying about like so many cheap romances? They're priceless. My professors at the stadium would have fits if they saw him in such a state. There are books everywhere. Well, this seems like as good a place as any to pause for today, and we will probably finish the main Heavensward story tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know how much more we're gonna get done, and we're about at time anyway. So tomorrow I'll start off with the end of the White Mage questline, and then we'll move on from there. Oh, Q, are you at 60?
Yeah.
You are? Okay, then you will start your warrior. You can do your warrior quest before stream tomorrow and get yourself all situated. Because I think the next things we have to do are 60 dungeons. No, but they will be the end game stuff. So I'm sweating to death. It's so hot. It's so hot. Yes, critically acclaimed Heavensward. We will still have the patches, but that will be the end of the chunk of Heavensward. That should be all of tomorrow. Don't know how much more we have to go, and how much of Aziz Law they make us do, because you can't get to a lot of Aziz Law without flying. So I don't. Oh wait, I'm slowly remembering. It's a lot of Aziz Law. It's all terrible. Yeah. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks to Yak for using glow sticks and flying around on fancy mounts, and for rescuing Q from lagging behind.
Thank you.
I thanked the Yak. I was almost considering. There's a fight that I've been farming in Final Fantasy XIV. If it wasn't such a spoiler, I think I would have made that my stream. I farmed it for hours yesterday. I farmed it for hours before stream, and I will be farming it hours after stream. So I have over 50 totems, so one way or another. But I hope you all have a very, very lovely afternoon. My YouTube is behind. I think I'm about a week behind starting, but I'll catch up. It's been so hot. I cannot explain how hot it has been where I live. I am simply dying. I cannot press the buttons to make things happen on this computer and make it heat up my house any more than it needs to. But I hope you all have a lovely afternoon. I'll be back with more Final Fantasy XIV at 6 p.m. EST, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye!